Hey guys, it's the D-Day. People see a lot of tears, so but
to take this seriously. And all of the times that we said we go to therapy, but still we never been. Yeah. But things don't change, they stay the same. I've gotta go my own way. Yeah, things don't change. I've gotta do better than you for me. You're all about you. And all of the things that you do.
hello guys, let me walk you through my journey to Canada. This was on the 31st of July. I had just come from Anambra ahead of my travel. I wasn't even able to film anything coming from Anambra down to Abuja because it was such an emotional day for me. I was crying a lot. I was literally wailing, but I don't come here to cast myself a beg. So I got to Abuja with my mom and my brother, and we got to this guest house which was managed by Reverend Sisters. My mom attended a missionary secondary school and she knows a lot of Reverend Sisters because she had most of them as her classmates back then. So it was through one of the Reverend Sisters that we got to know about this place. Getting to Abuja on the 31st was very impromptu for me. The initial planned date was on the 2nd, but because of the protest we had to reschedule, and it made me so emotional and sad because I had my friend Chidema that was supposed to come to my house, plus other people I was hoping to meet before I would travel, and because of that I couldn't meet them again. Notwithstanding, I had a very great time at the guest house. Their services is kind of different from a typical hotel. If you want to eat, you would have to pay and get a tag, whether it is for lunch, breakfast or dinner, and then you would head to the refectory and they would serve you what they have. If you would like something, you just tell them beforehand and they will get it ready for you, but it's not typically like a hotel. But trust me, everything they served us was very good and very healthy, and this was basically my routine at the guest house till I traveled. Hey guys, it's the D-Day and I'll be off to the airport in a few minutes. Like you all know, I'm in Abuja and I'll be leaving from Abuja. So it's not as chaotic. Everything is really chill. We are all prepared. Bags are packed. You will see a lot of tears, so but it's well. See you guys. I wanted to know more nkita na agbo ihe. Was that in the Hey. Well, if you're going to be traveling from Abuja, just know that there will be dogs to sniff you at the entrance, and also you need to know that they do not let external people to enter inside aside the person that is going to be traveling. But we went with the Reverend Sister, as you guys can see. So with her influence, my mom and my brother was able to enter inside, but then they had to stop my brother at this point where you're seeing right now, and it was just my mom and the reverend sister that entered into the check-in point with me. Don't worry, even if they don't let you, you can always pay them. I think they would ask you to pay them like 10,000 or so to let you in, but we asked them why they don't let people in, and they said it's just to reduce the crowd inside the check-in point.
Ethiopian.
It's
Not open. Okay. Thank you.
So I was to travel with Ethiopian Airlines, and as we go through the vlog, I'm going to tell you what my experience was like. Abuja airport was very chill. I'm sure you will not get the same experience in Lagos. I made sure that I traveled through Abuja. I love Lagos. Lagos has my heart, but then the chaos at the airport was not something that I was willing to go through. I wanted somewhere that was really chill and really calm, so I'll take my time, and Abuja ticked and checked out that box for me. Let me pause this a little bit for this tip I'm about to give you guys. So this was at my check-in. I went to the airport with overweight bags. Now I knew this because I weighed my bags at home. It was just 3 kg extra, so I was like, how much would it even be? I can just pay for the extra kg at the airport. But I got there, and guess what? These guys told me I'm going to pay $100 for 3 extra kg. Now here's the tip. Just pack your bags to be 23 kg each, and the rest fit it into your hand luggage. They don't really care about your hand luggage. They are most concerned about your check-in bag, because for that stupid $100 they asked me to pay, every single thing I left my house with arrived Canada with me. Because what I did was that I just reduced everything to 23 kg, and the rest of it I packed everything and loaded everything into my hand luggage. Remember guys that you may be using a different airline or a different airport from what I used, so our experience may not be the same, but this was what I did, and basically you can apply it in your own situation if you know you're not willing to spend that extra money at the airport. You're also entitled to a laptop bag, so you can just carry a school bag or a handbag for the ladies and claim is your laptop bag. It could also give you space to fit in things if you need to. And please always wrap your bags after your check-in process, because it's easier that way, just in case you would need to adjust some things. This was after wrapping my bag. I was already looking like a mad woman because I really didn't prepare for the whole packing and unpacking and all those things. But finally I checked in my bag, got my boarding pass, and then I went to say goodbye to my mom and my brother. I also went through this immigration check. I couldn't film as much there because you know why. And after that I headed to my boarding gate. For first time travelers, you would always see your boarding gate on your boarding pass, so make sure to be at your boarding gate so you don't miss your flight. Abego. Here you can still have the opportunity to buy something, maybe food or snacks, depending on your preference. Me, I just got chips, and it's usually quite expensive, so if you can get it before you come to the airport, I think it would be better that way. And just in case you don't know where your gate is supposed to be, they would always announce, oh, go to this gate or this gate, depending on your airline, and that's usually where your airline would come to. Mine was gate 10, and I was flying with Ethiopian Airlines. The plane wasn't as full, and that was because it wasn't fully booked, so there were lots of spaces here and there, and fortunately the seats beside me were not booked, so it gave me the opportunity to stretch out my legs on those seats and have a very good sleep I was so exhausted. Honestly, prior to my travel day, I was not really sleeping well because I had to put one or two things together, and it really gave me an opportunity to sleep. Immediately we took off, guys, like I'm telling you, in minutes I was already asleep. I was so tired and very, very sleepy. As you all know, I used Ethiopian Airlines, so our first stop was at Addis Ababa. Most airlines would usually stop at their home country first before you can connect to your destination, and that's if your destination is not the home country. So once we settled on the air, I just looked at the map and I just knew that it was going to be such a long journey. Like I said, I was too sleepy, but once I heard that they were sharing food already, I had to open my eyes because the money we paid for this flight ticket, I wasn't planning to just dash them the whatever like that. But anyways, I was hungry though. I didn't eat before I left the guest house. My mom was telling me to eat, but I was like, I beg. But anyways, they served us this food, this rice, the bread, biscuits and whatever. It wasn't bad, to be honest. It wasn't so bad. I would say that I have a very, very open mind when it comes to like food. I love things about food and I love trying out dishes. So it may not taste so great to you, but trust me, it's not as bad. So yeah, this thing you're seeing here was very horrible. The first two bites, like I said, because I have a very open mind when it comes to dishes, I love to try out things. So I know that things may not really suck as much for me, but second bite, it was horrible, but it was not as bad. But at the end of the day, I couldn't even eat everything. I'm telling you guys, every single thing that was shared, I took my share. I made sure, even if I didn't want it, I just kept it aside, and then when I felt like I needed it, I would take it. The money, well, let me not even sound it so much. But anyways, Ethiopian Airlines, they really fed us. Like they gave us food. Like I wasn't hungry. They always fed us at intervals. It was a very long flight, like from Abuja to Addis Ababa was like 4 hours. Yeah. After long hours of traveling and sleeping, they announced that we were at Ethiopia and we would soon be landing. So I looked at the map and saw that we are close, and I had to use the toilet. So I decided to use the opportunity to show you guys what the toilet looked like. This plane they used to carry us from Abuja to Addis Ababa was very horrible. I'm not gonna lie, because if you're going to compare it to the one that took us from Ethiopia to Canada, it was very different and very much better than this. After I got out of the toilet, it was just a few minutes later and we landed at Addis Ababa. This airport was very, very crowded. I thought I saw it all till I had passed like different security checks and had to get to the point where I was looking for my gate. The amount of people that were at this airport, it was a lot, and we landed around 8:30ish Ethiopian time in the night. So there were lots of people there, and the amount of security checks at this airport, it was insane. At some point I was like, what are they even checking? It was a lot. Like, and you know, at every checkpoint you have to take off your shoes, your jewelries, all of that. It was so exhausting for me, coupled with that I had my handbag and I also had my hand luggage. I remember I had to pack and fit in a lot of things into my hand luggage, so it was very heavy and a little bit uncomfortable for me. So always having to take out my jewelries and all of that. It was so exhausting. At some point I had to just take out every jewelry and then I just wore them back when I was already in the plane. At least I went through like up to 5 security checks. Like, it was a lot. Look at the amount of people that were at this airport. This was even small compared to like the amount of people I saw. So I finally located my gate, and guys, they checked my hand luggage in, and that was because they explained that the plane was very full. So if everybody had to go in with their hand luggage, there wasn't going to be space for everyone on the overhead bin where we would have to keep our hand luggage in the plane. I had a very short layover. It was just 2 hours, and by the time I had gone through all those security checks, I had very few minutes on the clock before we had to board for our next flight. So I used that few minutes to talk to my family. I spoke with my friend, let them know I was okay, and then we boarded our next flight down to Toronto, Canada. I sat at the window seat throughout my journey, and that was because I booked my flight myself. So I made sure I chose the window seat so I could be able to make good videos for you guys. So look, just compare this plane to the one that carried us from Nigeria. Like, there was a whole huge difference. This one was a lot better and a lot upgraded. The previous one felt like a very, very old and ancient flight. Like, everything was giving old school, but this, it was very much upgraded and way better than what carried us from Nigeria to Addis Ababa. Anyways, I would still rate their customer service very high, but overall I'll give them an 8 over 10. The remaining 2 points for the bad flight they used to carry us from Nigeria. After we took off, I just searched for a movie that I would watch to pass time, because guys, this was a 15-hour flight from Addis Ababa down to Toronto. So I wasn't just going to stay and be idle, but I'm telling you, I didn't even watch this movie for 2 minutes and I was already asleep. This neck pillow was a lifesaver. It helped me to sleep comfortably. You can see how squeezed my face is. I was sleeping and then they woke me up to eat. So basically what we were eating was just the same thing. It was always rice, either with chicken or beef, whatever your preference is. And there was always a bread, there was always like biscuit and then drink. It was just basically the same thing with what we had like from Nigeria. This thing I ate, like, it was so nice. Like, it was one of the best things that I had so far. It was really lovely. I even had to wrap it up and keep it to eat it last because of how nice it was. It was just so nice. They really served us food at intervals. I gave it to Ethiopian Airlines on that one. We didn't starve. The only chance you would have at starving is if they serve you something that you don't like and then you don't eat. But to be on a safe side, just try to buy all these snacks. It could be chips, biscuits, whatever that you like, and have it in your hand luggage with you, just in case you don't like what they give. But personally, it was okay for me. I ate it, and I didn't even eat the chips that I got till I got to Canada. Did I tell you guys that we were heading to Rome? Yes, we were heading to Rome. We had a technical stop over there and we weren't supposed to disembark. So a few hours later, they announced that we were soon going to land in Rome, and I decided to just slide into the toilet to show you guys what it looked like. And guys, may be like sadly talk. You people are seeing it. This was way better than what we had in the flight that took us from Abuja to Addis Ababa. It's a very, very huge difference. Just compare it for yourself. By the time I got back, we were almost landing at the airport in Rome, and like I said, it was just a technical stopover. They basically just wanted to top up on the diesel so that it would be enough to take us down to Toronto. The exterior part of the airport was so beautiful. We didn't disembark. We just sat back in the plane while they topped up on the diesel. We spent like an hour there and we landed around 4:30 a.m. Rome time. The way I was sleeping was just too funny to me. We took off around 5:30 a.m. and just look at the difference in the day break from the time we left till when we took off. So that was the first time I experienced the day breaking like really early. After we took off, they served us breakfast. It was an egg omelette. At first I was like, waiting be this one. I tried it and it wasn't so bad, but it was very salty. It's still something you can eat though. You see this thing here? Stay away from it. Simple. This was good. They were just fruits, watermelon, pawpaw, and one other fruit that I don't know, but it was not bad. It was nice. There was a very long sleep that came after that meal, and when I got up, I was feeling so uncomfortable. I was feeling so dirty, so I just went to the toilet to go brush my teeth. And when I got back, I saw that my neighbors collected like food from me, and I checked it. I didn't like it. I returned it, and they gave me this thing that they called pasta. I just couldn't eat it. I just took the bread, and that was it. A few hours later, they told us that we were arriving at Toronto. I was so happy. Finally, I was so happy. Just look at the view, so beautiful. God be great. We landed safely. Glory be to God. I was so thankful to God. Honestly, I was so thankful to God. You know the popular Arrive can, which is the declaration you're supposed to fill when you come to Canada. This is it here. This is where you would fill the declaration. That's if you do not fill it online. before coming. If you don't know what it is, don't worry, I'll still make more videos to explain everything that has to do with the application process to Canada. Now, personally, I didn't see the time that it saves people at the airport, because a lot of people say it to save you time. It doesn't save any time to me, but this is just my opinion, because it just took you like 2 minutes to do it. There weren't a lot of people when I landed, so getting my study permit was very seamless and very fast. Glory be to God. And after I was done, I went to claim my bag. So after I got my bag, I called my parents, spoke to them. They were even worried because they had not heard from me for a long time. It was such a long flight, but I thank God for a very safe trip. While at the airport, I had some US dollars that I needed to change to Canadian dollars. I would not advise you to change it at the airport because the rate they gave me was very low. When I got into Canada and went to the bank, I saw that the bank rate was way higher and way better. So don't do it at the airport. Story for another day, but I almost got stuck at the airport trying to find my way home. But by God's grace, I was able to get an Uber that took me down to my city and to the apartment, which I was able to secure. Yes, I was able to secure an accommodation before landing, and don't worry, I'm going to walk you guys through everything, how I was able to do it, the website I used, and every question that you need to ask any landlord that you meet online, so you don't fall for a scam. But that would be in another video. For now, please don't forget to like this video, it helps my channel grow. Also leave me a comment, and please don't forget to subscribe as well. You can also follow and connect with me on Instagram and TikTok, and I can't wait to see the big community that we would build on this channel. Thank you guys for watching, and see you guys in my next video. Bye.